potatoes, you know, things to help me fall asleep. Actually, that raises the body's temperature and makes it more difficult to fall asleep. So be careful on what you're consuming, especially a big meal.
Yeah, I feel like I'm breaking all the rules, minus the alcohol. One of the rules that I wanted to ask you about, I use ZQL way too much. As a guy that has to get up and host in the morning, sometimes I want to go sleep early.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it bad? What's your thought?
Okay, so when it comes to sleep medications, I think these should be used for acute insomnia only, meaning like you're having an issue falling asleep 1 or 2 days, not long term. And I'll explain to you why. The medicine that you're talking about is called diphenhydramine. I've made this mistake in taking that medicine before my professional boxing match on Showtime pay-per-view.
Wow.
That's a little hobby of mine that I have.
Yeah.
And when I took it, I realized I was groggier the next day. And what research has shown is that by taking a medicine like diphenhydramine, you do get sleepy. It is a side effect of this antihistamine medication. But then you're groggy for the next 48, potentially even 72 hours.
I've been living groggy.
Yeah.
Man. Well, listen, this is such great information. We're going to have you back.
I have to give you one fun fact about that.
Yeah.
Pilots are not allowed to fly after taking Benadryl or diphenhydramine, ZQL, the same medicine, for 72 hours because of that impact.
That shows you just how long-term it can be.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll change to something else. We'll talk offline, and I'll get a list of groceries I need to go get.
There we go.
Dr. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
Yes, sir. All right, rodeo season is back. The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo continues today with plenty of exciting events at NRG Stadium. And our very own Fox Nation host, Abby Hornacek, is taking us backstage for an exclusive tour. She joins us live from the Lone Star State with Director of Entertainment and Concert Production, Brittany Cook. Abby?
Yeah, that's right, Joey. You know, no one has ever done this before, so thank you, Brittany, for giving us this exclusive look.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so this is where all the artists come through. I mean, what a cool area, and look at all of the people who have played here. Dolly Parton, Dierks Bentley, Gene Autry.
Yeah, Gene Autry is actually our very first artist that we've ever had play here at the rodeo. He started as our stock contractor, and then we had him join on as our first artist and started the concerts ever since.
Wow, so 1932, this rodeo's been going on for quite some time.
Absolutely.
And you know, I love to see all of the artists because they play so many different venues. Why do they want to play this one?
I think it's kind of our rich history and kind of like what we represent here with we're giving away like what we're trying to do for scholarships with the kids. So they want to be a part of that and kind of solidify their role and kind of come get their belt buckle, play the star rotating stage, and kind of solidify their spot in country music.
Yeah, and I love this room. Look at this.
This is fun.
What is this usually?
This is typically a visitor's locker room, and we transform it in about a week and a half and make it look the way it does now. We want it to be very relaxing and kind of a fun space for them to come relax during their day while they're here. Like in between sound check, we want them to hang out, have a drink, play a game, and kind of make it like a day off for them.
Yeah, it does feel relaxing just being in here, and it's got the mood lighting.
Yes.
And this quote, "This is officially the biggest show of my entire life."
Yeah.
Who said that?
Jelly Roll said that last year, and I feel like that really kind of wraps up what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, and it kind of goes to the point of Jelly Roll has played, he's blown up on the scene, and the fact that this is the greatest show of his entire life.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, check this out. This is where...
This is how you walk in.
Okay, so the artists
when we're
come
walking them
here
to the stage, this is how we walk them to the stage to get ready to go on for the concert that night, and this is what they get to walk out to every
That is the iconic stage right here, and it's a star and it's rotating.
Yep, the star points all fold out, and when it does, the center rotates so that we play to the round. It's a 360 play.
To be an artist and look at thousands of people around you.
Yeah.
What an incredible event. We really appreciate you, Brittany. And we are kind of teeing up too. Warren Zeiders will be joining us in the 9 a.m. hour, guys. So he's going to get to experience all of this tonight when he performs as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Brittany. Guys?
You get to have all the fun, Abby. All the fun. Thanks. All right, you know we love a live performance on Fox and Friends, and today we have Charlie's favorite bluegrass, the Cody.
To get this, build a new highway ahead of November's climate summit in the country. Executive editor of ClimateDepot.com, Mark Morano, joins us now. Okay, before my head explodes, I just want to let our viewers understand what is COP30 and this summit. Explain it. It sounds very 2012, but it's happening. Tell us what it is.
It's the 30th UN Climate Summit called Conference of Parties. I attended COP29 in Azerbaijan. It was an unmitigated disaster as the Trump effect overtook the entire summit. You had Argentina pull the delegation. One of the speakers said oil's a gift from God. And then Al Gore and everyone started bickering. There was talk of not having any more summits. So that's what COP30 is. Just another elite global climate summit with private jets. This time in Brazil, this time clear-cutting the rainforest to make it happen.
And it's so crazy because the indigenous people who lived here actually wanted to use their own land, and they were fighting the environmentalists, right?
Yeah.
But now a climate summit is a good reason to just start the clear cutting.
Yeah, this goes back decades. Now, before climate change was the issue du jour, and it really didn't become that until the 2000s. In the 80s and 90s, all you had was the rainforest. That was the #1 environmental issue.
Yeah.
I attended and covered as a journalist Sting's Rainforest concert. I actually interviewed Donald Trump there in 1999. The first time I met Donald Trump was just at the celebrity-driven rainforest concert. And they had National Geographic. That was all replaced when Al Gore's film came out and the UN. But essentially, this was for decades. We were told no clear cutting. We have to preserve every tree. This is the lungs of the earth. This is important. And then all of a sudden, they're going to clear cut tens of thousands of acres, 4-lane highway, just for a freaking UN summit, which the president of Brazil says, we're going to use the summit to showcase how we're preserving the Amazon. How? By clear cutting it for a stupid summit by the United Nations? This is beyond, if they really cared about the rainforest or the climate, they would have a Zoom conference.
Yeah, they're probably going to clear cut it for an airport because they're all going to fly their private jets in there too.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another thing that these environmentalists are doing. They're all now, or these Democrats, and that used to care about the environment and EV cars, which you and I have talked about incessantly as not being that environmentally friendly anyway. But now they want to make a statement about Elon Musk, and they're giving away their EV cars, their Teslas, because they hate Elon. The latest, I guess, is Mark Kelly. I want you to
Remember, this was the astronaut who saw climate change from a spaceship, which is, impossible. And he used that to run for office. But Elon Musk is being demonized not just by Senator Kelly, but by Sheryl Crow, the Hollywood celebrities, because A, his stand for free speech, and B, his devotion now to cutting government waste and his affiliation with Donald Trump. Save the planet unless it helps Trump or Elon Musk now. They don't care about that. They've literally turned their advocacy on its head because they don't like someone. This is emotion taking over. And by the way, you're not going to save the planet with Teslas anyway. It takes 500,000 pounds of materials to dig up the earth to make one average-sized Tesla battery. It's just as earth-intensive as fossil fuel gas-powered car. But by their logic, they should still be supporting Tesla.
It's actually worse because those EV cars make us dependent on China and have child labor involved as well. Mark Morano, always great to have you on. Thanks so much. All right. Millions of fans getting
a live look on the ground is Fox Nation host Abby Hornacek. Hey, Abby.
Howdy. Think about it. I had to.
You had to.
Guys, think about it. Yes. 93 years ago, this all started with 7 guys going to a hotel talking about how to preserve the cattle industry. Now it's grown into this spectacular event with 35,000 volunteers and so much to see. And that's exactly what I did yesterday. Take a look. I hear you're the man for a perfect fitting cowboy hat.
I'll try to do the best I can.
So do you just look at people's heads and you know exactly how to shape it? How long have you been doing this?
51 years, actually.
51 years? Oh my gosh. Rick, this is the best looking hat I've ever had in my life. You just made my entire rodeo experience. We're officially ready for the rodeo, but this event isn't just about what happens on the dirt. It's also about education, agriculture, livestock. There is so much to learn. Follow me. What's your favorite thing about the rodeo?
Mine is the cute animals, I think, like the chickies. Mine is whenever we see the eggs hatching. Spending time with my family. The rides and the animals. The carnival games.
Woo, what game do you go to when you go to the carnival?
The plate smash.
All right, do you ever win?
No.
My favorite part is when you got to go and pet and feed the animals.
What's an animal that you always have to see?
Bunnies, pigs, and sheep. The pigs. Really like seeing the baby cows. I like seeing the little cattle because my great-grandfather, he raised cattle. The goats.
The lambs were cute.
What do you think of all the lambs? Are these your favorite? Yeah, why?
Because they're cute.
Is this his first rodeo?
This is Shep's first rodeo.
Is it your first rodeo?
Not our first rodeo.
What do you think makes the rodeo the greatest time?
Probably just the time we get to spend with family and some of our friends that are here with us. Best rodeo out there.
What keeps you coming back?
Everyone's just so nice. It's fun. Everybody's really friendly.
It's educational. They learn about the different animals and how food is produced.
What would you tell people who have never been to the rodeo?
There's more to it than you expect.
It's great. It's a good place to have fun.
You came all the way here from Germany and you're at the Houston Rodeo. What do you think so far?
Oh my God, it's amazing. I really love it.
Do you think you'll ever come back?
Of course, I'm definitely coming back for the rodeo.
You want to say yeehaw?
Say yeehaw, Bubba.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Edda.
Yeah, good job, nailed it. I really have to give Rick with Western Traditions a shout out because, guys, I didn't know if I would be able to pull off a cowboy. I've tried so many cowboy hats, and I have some, but the way he shaped it, looked at my face, and then was able to just do his thing. It was clear that he's been doing it for 51 years. And one more thing that one of my favorite things about the rodeo is so many people are here with their families. So you're having a lot of fun and just a ton to explore.
Hey, Abby, where did you get that shirt? It's awesome.
Thank you. This is from Wrangler. They've got some really good Western things. And I think the shirt I was wearing yesterday as well.
Oh.